Zeke went, he drew a boob. Welcome to No Filter, guys. As I'm sure you know by now, the first ever college football playoff was last night, and people were really excited. ESPN did a mega cast where you could go to the different channels of ESPN and hear from all the different personalities on the broadcast. We wanted to do a Katie cast, but if it were that easy to get on TV, I would have f***ing done it by now. So what I did instead, and it's just as good, let me tell you, I took notes while I watched the game of things I wanted to talk about because I figured people would be offering their analysis today, and I want the opportunity to analyze. So I'm going to run through my list now for you. First thing I have written here is Lady Antebellum. Anthem band? Are they just like a band that goes around and tours different sporting events and plays the national anthem? Because I have to be honest, I don't think I've seen them in any other context. Also, there's only one lady. You don't think the two men would be like, could we be like, dude Antebellum? Next, I wrote, that guy's flat top, and then I tried to draw a thumbs up, but I didn't do a very good job. I found out since then, Oregon's ball boy is who I was talking about. The best flat top I've ever seen. Like, move over, kid, and play. Here is this guy. Next, I wrote, ref's mic not working. Oh, we need to figure out a way to make some more money for college football so we can have the things we need so their mics will work. If only we could come up with a way to pump more money into the college football system. How could we do that? Next, I wrote here just the phrase crop tops because I have a lot of thoughts and feelings after Zeke Elliott obviously had 800 touchdowns, I believe, last night with half a shirt. And I found out that he said that he wears his shirt like that because he doesn't want people to have things to grab at, which hurt my feelings even more as a normal human because for us, when you roll your shirt up, there's still plenty to grab at because we don't all have just the skin and then the muscle. There's another layer in there. I've bought a bunch of crop tops and been like, someday I'm going to have the guts to wear this. I'm going to wear that. Have I worn any of them? None, because I have too many guts, so I can't wear it. Next, I wrote here, this game has all the ball security of a cast member from Jackass. I think that just stands alone. Okay, so hear me out. I wrote here, if you try a quarterback sneak and it doesn't work, and then you run around and call attention to yourself, but you still get the first down, what do you call that? The QB obvious? I think these are just ideas I had. We're at point like 7, so I'm pretty drunk at this point. But I think that's a really good question. The point of a QB sneak is to be sneaky, and you're not being very sneaky, sir. Next, I wrote Bayless, because I found it super interesting that Oregon has a tight end named Bayless, because I thought they didn't let people named Bayless into AT&T Stadium, because usually when they're in there, they just ejaculate all over everything. So that I found super interesting. And then I have here 11 p.m. on a school night, which I think brings up a great point. I was watching this game. Granted, I was in a different time zone, but it was 11 o'clock at night, and I believe we were still in the third quarter. And college football always says, like, oh, we care about the academics. That's what we pay them with, and education. Like, how can you say you really give a shit about academics when of all the nights that you could have had this on, you picked a Monday? College kids drink on almost every night. You'd go out Thursday night, Friday night, Saturday night, sometimes Sunday night. Monday was the day that was like, I'm recovering from the weekend. And they picked that day to have the big college football game? Like, what? And then lastly, I have written here, cheesy gordita crunch, which is just, I guess, a personal reminder to myself that I saw a commercial for a cheesy gordita crunch last night, and I need to get myself one within the next 48 hours. Bye. Seriously, can you go get me a cheesy gordita crunch?